All right, I'm pretty excited about this tap. This one is produced from the Allison Group, so allisongroup.com, and you'll see it says Spencer Poly Resin gun. So this is actually a little bit of interesting information if you're into if you're like starting out with tap handle collecting, or if you're trying to figure out some of the details. If I remember correctly, when they use the term gun, they're normally referring to shotgun, and there's some weird terminology that floats around that some people use, and it seems like it's not consistent. But the shotgun, or oh yeah, there. What am I saying? So shotgun. So that typically is referring to a shorter tap handle, I believe. And but it doesn't seem like it's consistently used, or if or it doesn't seem like it has precise like sizing, so it makes it a little bit weird where you'll expect it to be like a smaller tap, but you don't know how small it's going to be. It's a little bit weird. But if you're seeing shotgun right there, so if you're seeing shotgun, then that typically will mean that it's a smaller tap. Other information about this, so this is Spencer Brewery, which is in Spencer, Mass, right? But if I remember correctly, they were slash are the only Trappist brewery in the United States. From the most recent information, it sounds like they either have or are shutting down their production. So if it's something where you're a fan of their beers or a fan of their products, now is kind of the time to pick them up, because if I remember correctly, they may have stopped brewing already. So if you see it, then that's kind of it. And they won't be producing anything new. And likewise, with that being the case, this tap handle is notable because it means that if you like their brewery, or if you like the tap handle, then you probably want to get it while you can. So if you're looking at somebody's collection or something like that, and you're like, hey, that's a cool tap handle, I'd like it, then you probably want to pick it up while you're still able to. Also, I can't remember how easy it is to find the tap handles for other Trappist breweries, because a lot of them are in Europe, I believe mostly in Belgium. So it makes it a little bit, so not all of them will be on tap in the United States, is what I'm saying. So, anyways, this is the tap handle that I have for them. If I remember correctly, I think that there's like one or two other ones that they've produced over the period that they were brewing. This is one that I just kind of like. It's a little bit unusual because it's a bit of a kind of figural tap handle. So that means that it's designed to look like something, in this case, kind of like an abbey, or part of an abbey. I'm not sure exactly. But it's a cool design, very noticeable, fairly eye-catching without being like huge. But there we are. American Trappist. There you have the little Trappist thing. If I remember correctly, there's like a official recognition if you're a Trappist brewer. I believe that I don't know what their requirement is, but I believe that it's all produced by monks or owned by monks, something like that. So is very, very notable. You probably have seen those logos or designs like that before with other Trappist beers if you're into that style. And this does have the same design on both things. It's a cast poly resin, so as they actually mention on the box, the poly resin. And it's also worth noting that with this is a little bit of a slightly matte finish that you have there. And it's the same thing for the other elements as well. The lettering here is raised up, as is the lettering here. This I believe is fairly flat lettering, but that is raised up there. So it's it's pretty cool, pretty notable tap handle. Uh, it's just a good design for whatever reason. I don't think that there's a lot of people that are actively hunting for this type of tap handle, whether just Spencer never became super popular enough, or because it was like more regional, or just the design. Um, like you shouldn't have to like fight with a lot of people to get it if you want to get it now, is what I'm saying. So if you like the design, if you like the brewery, now seems to be as good a time as any to pick them up. And then afterwards, it's probably going to be fairly hard to find these. Interestingly enough, this was a lot of tap handles that I got from Overstock. I believe like it was a warehousing facility or something like that 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 had the tap handle. So every once in a while, you'll get them from a very interesting place, and that's how I ended up getting these. I think that I may have a couple more, but it like I said, if you're looking to pick them up, now is the time to get them.